You know, that's why it says it's very important to know who you're getting with. Very much so, because men have just labeled women, now you my woman. And not really understand how you really don't know her. Because they do, you know, but it's mainly dealing with, when you look at these scriptures, it's dealing with we as the Israelites being in the spirit of the truth. Because you can have, so if your, what you want to say this, because your man could be, you know, a hardcore criminal. You gonna follow him? You gonna go down to jail with him? He in trouble, you in trouble. So you get what I mean? He seems like a nice person. Next thing you know, you find out this cat is running kilos every other week. The big man. Now here you are. When the raid comes, you think they're gonna say, "Oh, you innocent because you're an Israelite." I don't think so. That's why it's very important to know who you getting with and how, you know, you apply this in your life, because if you with someone that's in this truth, you got to be very careful, because when they say you bound in that aspect, you bound unless he get rid of you. He get rid of you. You have scriptures on that too. Just like sister, you sit there from Oklahoma. I'm answering somebody's question. Somebody came on and I'm answering their questions. This is a lesson that I was answering somebody's question. When they came on, that's what I'm doing, going through these scriptures. Deuteronomy 24:1. If a man have taken a wife and married her, and it come to pass that she find no favor in his eyes, because he have found some uncleanness in her, then let him write her a bill of divorcement and give it in her hand, and send her out of his house. And when she is departed out of his house, she may go and be another man's wife. That man get rid of that woman, she can go and be another man's wife. And if the latter husband hate her, she get married to a man and he don't like her, and write her a bill of divorcement and give it in her hand and send her out of his house. Or if the latter husband die, which took her to be his wife, you know, the next husband that she was married to after her first husband, her former husband, her first husband, which sent her away or to give her a divorce, may not take her again to be his wife. After that, she is defiled, for that is abomination before the Most High. And thou shalt not cause the land to sin, which the Most High thy power giveth thee for an inheritance. So it is what it is. Ephesians 5:22. Wives, submit yourselves unto your own husbands as unto the Most High, as unto a Mashiach Yahushua. For the husband is the head of the wife, even as Mashiach is the head of the church, and he is the Savior of the body. Therefore, as the church is subject unto a Mashiach Yahushua, so let the wives be to their own husbands in everything. That's everything. Why? Because that's the law. We're going to go to 1 Corinthians 11. Verse 1, it says, "Be ye followers of me, even as I also am of a Mashiach. Now I praise you, brethren, that you remember me in all things and keep the ordinances," just the orders, "as I delivered them to you. But I would have you know that the head of every man is Mashiach." So the head of the man is Mashiach, and the head of the woman is the man, and the head of Mashiach is the Most High. So it goes a little deeper than just a husband. It says the head of the woman is the man, and the head of Mashiach is the Most High. Yeah. So I mean, this is what you have to understand, and why the Most High say He called men. But this world say, okay, well, women can be pastors, but ain't no young woman gonna be no pastor. How you gonna be a pastor and you gonna be on your cycle and you unclean 2 weeks out of the month? You only can do it 2 weeks out of the month. That leaves what, 24 times a year? Talk to me. I mean, you can't do it 48 times. You're gonna do it once a week. You got 24 times a year that you can do anything. It's a young woman. They up there in the church and they cycle and handling food. I mean, all that stuff, man, you think about it, they handling the food on their cycle. You go get your food out the store and they all on their cycle touching everything, and y'all don't think about that. You ain't thought about that. Cooking your food. This world is jacked up. The earth is destroyed and the inhabitants thereof, man. I mean, all that. Why does it say that concerning a woman? Because Genesis 3:16. "Unto the woman he said as Eve, I will greatly multiply thy sorrow and thy conception." That's why women say in sorrow, thou shalt bring forth children. Yeah. Look at the animals. Don't nobody be screaming and hollering, having no litter. What animal does? No. They just poop, they just come out, they use the restroom or whatever, and that's it. But women, y'all gotta go through all kind of changes behind what the Most High says. Here. "And thy desire shall be to thy husband, and he shall rule over thee." He's gonna rule over you. Ephesians 5:22. "Wives, submit yourselves unto your own husbands as unto the Most High." Can you relate to that, women? Can you really relate to that? You pray to the Most High, say, submit yourself unto your own husband as unto the Most High. So this is why you're going to treat the Most High how you treat your husband. Why you have treated your husband. For the husband is the head of the wife, as we just read. It ain't changed. No sign after author of confusion, even as Mashiach is the head of the church, and he is the Savior of the body. Therefore, as the church is subject to a Mashiach Yahushua, so let the wives be to their own husbands in everything. So if a woman is like that, that's why I say, husband, love your wife. You can really love a woman like that. Because you know that she's virtuous, you know that she's helping to make your life double. Just no more better entity than that. Besides the Most High, the Mashiach Yahushua. Say, husband, love your wives, even as Mashiach had also loved the church and gave himself for it. See? We got to love our women just like Mashiach Yahushua loved us and gave his life up for us. See? That he might sanctify and cleanse it with the washing of water by the word. Cleaning us up by the word. But how you cleaned up if you're not knowing the word? The mysteries of this Bible. They talk about just what you learned. That's why I say you got to be changed. You got to become a new creature. Born again. You know, you can't release what it is that you have learned as a, you call yourself a Christian, or you call whatever denomination, which comes from, what they call them, denomination. You know what that comes from? Demonation. Demonation. Nation of demons. Like democracy is demonocracy. The rule of the devil. But see, you don't know where these things originate, these words originate from, then you just calling yourself things that you don't even know. You just regurgitating what it is that they have programmed you to say. From the religious instruction to the Negro, I'll say it all the time, but ain't nobody really taking the time to look. Turn to your neighbor and say this. That's why you're regurgitating the things that you were taught still mainly in religion. You know what I'm saying? Dealing with religion. It says, verse 27, that he might present it to himself, a glorious church, we the body of a Mashiach Yahushua, the 12 tribes of Israel, not having spot or wrinkle or any such thing, but that it should be holy and without blemish. We should be holy, pure, and righteous and true without blemish, just like he was. The only way we're going to be that way is to follow what the Most High says, his rules and regulations, his laws, statutes, and commandments. So ought men to love their wives as their own bodies. He that loveth his wife loveth himself. See? You got to love your woman like you love yourself. So I say, love thy neighbor as thyself. That's why I always deal with self-examination. How you feel about yourself. That's how you can deal with someone else. But you got to be in order. Everything got to be done decent and in order. For no man ever yet hated his own flesh, but nourish it and cherish it, even as the Most High through Mashiach Yahushua, the church. For we are members of his body, of his flesh, and of his bones. That's all of us, the men and the women, and the children. We are the body of Mashiach Yahushua, to the glory of the Most High. But it's called, shall a man leave his father and mother, and shall be joined unto his wife, and they two shall be one flesh. See? When a man get with his woman, they become one flesh. They become one. But how can you be one if you don't believe the same way? This is a mystery, a great mystery, it says. But I speak concerning Mashiach and the church. Nevertheless, so let every man, one of you in particular, so love his wife even as himself. And the wife see that she reverence her husband. So you gotta love your woman just like you love yourself. And see, if you don't love yourself, that's why you can't love nobody. That's why a lot of problems that we have is because people are not really loving themselves. They don't love themselves. They might talk a good talk, but when it comes down to it, they don't really love themselves. That's why they can't love nobody. That's why ain't nobody loving them, because they don't love themselves. Love thy neighbor as thyself. So how you treat yourself, how you feel about yourself, is how you're going to come off, and it's going to show. But if you love yourself, you can love someone else. Let's look up reverence. Reverence. Mine says profound awe and respect. An act of respect. Act of respect.
Just a deep respect, veneration, regard, treat with reverence.
So that's what it says pertaining to supposed to be. See, we've been caught up in the world that we in, and don't question it. Just follow what it is that we've been told and taught. That's why it says in Hosea 4:6, "My people are destroyed for lack of knowledge. Because thou hast rejected knowledge, I will also reject thee, that thou shalt be no priest to me, seeing thou hast forgotten the law of thy power." That's why. So how is it that you could even think in your mind that you were on point when you don't even know the laws of the Most High? Been taught that you're not under the law. You've heard that all your life, but you're under mercy and grace. You ain't have been nothing but a bunch of rejects. That's why he said, "I will reject you. That thou shalt be no priest to me, seeing thou hast forgotten the law of thy power, the Most High. I will also forget thy children. As they were increased, so they sinned against me, because we didn't know the law of the Most High. Therefore I will change their glory into shame." The glory of the man is the woman. That's why our glory been changed into shame. Come on, it's like too much that's being said and done as far as a woman is concerned in this day and time. Then you can go back. I can go back in my time and see that women wasn't so voiceless. They was under their man. They was with their man till he died. I've seen that in my life, regardless of whatever was going on. They was there. That's how it was. It was there. Now it's like, whatever. That's why I tell you in Jeremiah 31:22, how long? Jeremiah 31:22, how long wilt thou go about, O thou backsliding daughter? Backsliding daughter, talking to these women. For the Most High hath created a new thing in the earth. A woman shall compass a man. A woman shall compass a man. And he used this woman called the Edomites to bring forth the day of evil. But if you don't see it, that's on you. If you Edomanize, you just, like I say, a lot of you ain't nothing but a bunch of Edomites just got brown skin. Because where you get your understanding from? From his world. We didn't think like he did. He's never going to know the way of the Most High. So when you get, you got to question that, because in the end, when salvation comes to Israel, it say he going to say we weird ourselves in a way of wickedness and destruction. That's for the way of the Most High, the Mashiach Yahushai, we have not known it. Point blank. That's what it says in Isaiah 3:12. As for my people, children are their oppressors, and women rule over them. It's clear. Women rule over them. O my people, they which lead thee, which a man allowing a woman to lead him, cause thee to err, and destroy the way of thy paths. Because a man's supposed to be in charge. But the Most High say we create a new thing. Woman should compass a man. He's telling you here that this is not right.